Let's change tack now. The Basic Education Department has presented the latest findings of the Trends in International Maths and Science Study for the year 2019. Now, the report shows how South African student compares to the rest of the world. The report primarily focused on grade 4 and 8 students. For more on the findings and what to make of it, given what's taking place in South Africa's education sector, let's bring in Dr Vijay Reddy, who's the National Research Coordinator for TIMSS-South Africa. Doc, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM report. So,
good morning.
In some respects, we are seeing what some people consider an improvement. However, it's an improvement at a lower rate. What should we make of that?
Yes, two things that we see from the results. One, at the secondary level for the grade 9 learners, we see an improvement. And this improvement has been consistent from 2003. And so that's the good news. However, the slight slowing down, although our improvement is better than most other countries, the slowing down means that we will not, we need to do more in order to meet the developmental needs of our country. We have set certain targets on the medium-term strategic framework. We aspire to a particular society and an economy. And it's there that we need to do more and to try and accelerate the pace of improvement. At the primary school level, we found that comparing 2015 with 2019, we didn't see any improvements. And that is a concern, and it prompts us to say that we need to focus more on primary education. We may have focused far more on secondary and perhaps neglected primary a bit. So we really need to have sustained and sustainable programs in order to improve primary school mathematics and science.
Now, Doc, it might just be a coincidence, but as irony would have it, the two leaked matric papers happen to be the maths paper and the science paper. And again, perhaps there's not much to read into that, but if you were to explain the importance of these two subjects, how would you capture that? Because there's certainly no overstating that these two subjects, A, are typically thought to be more challenging, but B, are also thought to be the gateways to getting an economy like South Africa where it's hoped to get soon.
Absolutely. And way back, I was a maths and science teacher as well. And I remember, about 20 years ago, there were leakages, and because there wasn't social media, it wasn't to the same extent. And it was always mathematics and science. So it is very much, as you say, the gateway subjects. Now, science and mathematics are subjects which allows one to do higher level reasoning skills. And if we look at the economy now, it is shifting towards a high-skilled economy. And if we look at the occupations in high demand, they're largely those that have a science and mathematical basis. So the pipeline of maths and science graduates from the schooling system is very critical and predicts how we're going to get students into science faculties at universities and tertiary institutions. It predicts the number of students that would then become available for the access to the labor market. So all of this, mathematics is a critical subject, and it predicts a number of things in terms of just daily living as well, and how citizens need to be numerically astute in order to be able to function in society, to set up your banking accounts, to compare prices when you go to a supermarket. So it is a very important subject.
Absolutely. And since you're a teacher, perhaps you can weigh in on this. Often there's talk around pedagogy, right? Modes of teaching and learning, especially for things like mathematics. Are we striking that balance right? Do you feel the country is getting to a stage where our efforts aimed at helping students connect with mathematics, given our unique challenges, are yielding any kind of fruits?
Well, from a statistical point of view, I can say that if we look at 2003 and compare TIMSS results with 2019, in 2003, just 10% of our grade 8 population demonstrated they had basic maths and science abilities. So, and in 2019, this increased to 40%. So at that level, there is an improved capability in maths and science. But if you look at overall, I think globally, we need to do more to make students absolutely interested in mathematics and science. It has to be seen as relevance in their lives. And unless, in addition to all the structural reforms, individuals have to make the kinds of efforts that's needed in order to understand subjects like mathematics and science. So I think that, if we're at 40% and we want to aspire towards at least 80% of our students gaining the basic knowledge demonstrating the basic knowledge in maths and science. So there's always room for improvement. And there are some structural conditions that we need to improve, like having smaller class sizes, teachers that know their subject matter very well and are able to engage with students in order to make it a very interesting enterprise for students and students themselves. In order to learn mathematics and science, you have to work out many, many examples. There is no other way to do it. You need to constantly be at it, working out examples, getting feedback from your teachers, whether it's right or wrong. So it is the multitude of factors that will lead us to improve maths and science.
All right, still so much to be said around this issue, but we're going to have to leave it there for now. Certainly appreciate your weighing in on this matter. That there is Dr. Vijay Reddy, who's a National Research Coordinator at TIMSS-South Africa. TIMSS there being Trends in International Mathematics and Science Studies. The 2019 report has been released comparing how we fare with maths and science for grade 4 and 8 learners to other nations really that are opting to take part in the study. Yes, there is an improvement, however, at a slower rate. Doc, appreciate your time indeed.